Arteta blocked Mudryk's transfer to Arsenal this summer. Obviously, we're going to let you know how he did this. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the Transfer News Show. It's a Friday, 1st of September, and we call upon you guys to obviously thank God for the gift of life that has seen us enter the new month of September. To the Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barakallahu fikum. Also go on and thank Allah. Give him the praise because he's the most high that has seen us enter this new month of September. That is putting us to the end of the transfer window. Smash the like button close to 400 times. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having a fantastic morning, and we are here to bring you the latest news and information as far as these stories are really concerned. So today is really a Friday. Juma Karim to the Muslims, and let's start it off with Arteta blocking Mudryk's transfer, Emre Smith-Rowe, Mudryk. We are talking Callum Hudson-Odoi, the player that Chelsea went ahead to obviously put into the replacement of Emre Smith-Rowe, and Monaco unveiling Balogun plus Callum Hudson-Odoi joining West Ham. Guys, I'm going to credit Chelsea for the good work done. When you look at the outgoings, Chelsea has really gone ahead to do what we call a fantabulous job on the day. So continue to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Last month has not been all that okay for us as far as subscribers are really concerned, but I know it was also on my side because of my not being active a lot, because we are left with just 100 subscribers to hit 17,000 subscribers, and I think today we are going to really hit that because I know we are doing lots of Arsenal hosting Man United. That is really going to be in the mix. We are doing lots of the deadline transfer windows. That's why today you might see me go mad, do close to 10 videos or more, and I'm going to be coming in live more often to really let you know what the news is all about. The press conference of Mikel Arteta, I'm also going to come in here and react to it as I stream live. So my software is obviously okay as far as streaming live is really concerned, and we are going to obviously go on and do the needful because I want that interaction with you. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this club of Arsenal and the rest of the clubs you're going to really talk about onto this beautiful channel of ours, that is the Rokani Media Football. Now, let's start it off with Fabrizio Romano drawing into a story that most of us maybe knew partially, but he has gone ahead to add more attention to detail to it, or more beef to it. On Chelsea with Emre Smith-Rowe, he said, I'm not aware of concrete negotiations for Smith-Rowe because, behind the scenes, they wanted Palmer. Emre Smith-Rowe was never top target for Chelsea or close to joining them because Arsenal trust him and is part of Mikel Arteta's project. That's it. Now, he also added the following. I would love to obviously show it here. He also went ahead to say that there have been some other interesting Chelsea transfer rumors doing the rounds, but honestly, I'm not aware of concrete negotiations for Emre Smith-Rowe. Chelsea has been linked to 20 players all more this summer, but behind the scenes, they wanted Palmer. Now, let's discuss this story as far as Fabrizio Romano is going to hate to bring it into our eyes. He has first talked about Chelsea being linked close to 20 players. Obviously, we know that. But to me, I want to obviously focus my attention onto Fabrizio's words, saying that Arteta trusts Emre Smith-Rowe and he's a big part of the Mikel Arteta project. Now, let's not beat around the bush. However much the interest was not concrete, Chelsea looked at Emre Smith-Rowe and they wanted the player. But it's Arsenal that blocked the transfer. And Chelsea knew that Pochettino was not interested in keeping Callum Mudryk at his club because he believes that he's going to obviously pile more pressure onto him because he's a player of £85 million. So what he wanted to do was he looked at a player at Arsenal that he would love, that doesn't get enough playing time, that could come and really make a perfect fit into his team. And that was Emre Smith-Rowe, because Emre Smith-Rowe can play where Palmer plays. He can play as a right attacking midfielder. He can play as a left attacking midfielder. He can play as a central attacking midfielder. He's a versatile player. And when you look at that system of Chelsea, Emre Smith-Rowe fits there like a glove. He can also play the double pivot, because Conor Gallagher looks like Spurs are really wanting to sign the player, and they were looking at this player to come in through and obviously be part of the midfielders to replace likes of Conor Gallagher. And they thought that maybe, if at all they told Arsenal that Callum Mudryk is here, let's make a swap, you guys are going to accept. And Arteta said no. So that means who stood in the way of this transfer? It's Mikel Arteta, because he said no to the approach of Chelsea. And that's why Chelsea shunned this transfer and obviously went in for Palmer. And going in for Palmer is not a big business for Chelsea, because that wouldn't have gone ahead to limit this swap, because this was a swap, no cash involved. They wanted to see Emre Smith-Rowe go to Chelsea and Callum Mudryk go to the other side. And Arteta said, no, I don't want Callum Mudryk. And we know why Arteta doesn't want Callum Mudryk. The reason is simple. Mikel Arteta is a man of his word. If he comes for you and you don't really push to show to it that you want to come in, he goes for the next option. We first saw it on James Maddison. He wanted James Maddison for 2 seasons. They made bids of like £50 million, and Leicester was calling in for 65. Maddison was okay with that, and even when he knew that Arsenal wanted him, he went ahead to extend his contract at Leicester City, stupidly like that, and he's now playing at Tottenham Hotspur. Look at Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans was the player that Arteta really wanted for a very long time. 2 seasons, 2 bids made in, the player was not pushing to leave. So they left him out. They went in for Jorginho, they went in for Declan Rice, Kai Havertz. Even when he was a free agent, Arteta never went in for him, because I believe Yuri Tielemans would have gone ahead to do a better job at Arsenal than Kai Havertz. That is it. But Arteta never went in for such a player. Even when he knew that he could lose Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka, he never went in for that caliber of player. So it shows you that he does not look back. When you disappoint him, he obviously moves on. There are very many players that Arteta has been really pushing to get. The other one is the guy who plays for the Moroccan national team, that joined AS Roma. Let me look for the fixtures of AS Roma. I've forgotten that guy. That guy was all over, and he ended up going to Roma. He was playing for Italy. He was playing this. He was playing in League One. I'm going to get his name here. What is his name? Hossam Aouar. He's that kind of player that Arsenal chased in for a very long time and they couldn't get him. And he couldn't push to obviously join Arsenal. The other one is Dusan Vlahovic. Even his agent reached an extent and came out in the news that he never talked to Arsenal. The fact that Arsenal made a bid, and there is no way you make a bid to sign Dusan Vlahovic as a replacement for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang when you've not gone ahead to talk to the agent. That's the ugliest bit of it. And let me school you that Arsenal has gone ahead to do that for a very long time. And for Callum Mudryk, having been talking to Arsenal and not stopping himself from going to Chelsea and continue to really play for that side and obviously snap Arsenal, was really one of the most embarrassing decisions that Arteta saw this young man make, because he's a flop at Chelsea. He has no chance to obviously come into the starting 11, and Mikel Arteta believes that he is off, and he has a lot of pressure on him, by the way, because they bought him expensively and looks like he has a lot of weight onto his shoulders to obviously express and lift. Now, the player that Chelsea have gone ahead to obviously sign in and really get in has been known as Palmer. You remember he scored against Arsenal. I think you Arsenal fans know this player very well in the Community Shield, and he has been sold to Chelsea. And Fabrizio Romano sounded Cole Palmer to Chelsea. Here we go. Agreement in principle reached with Man City on £40 million deal plus £5 million of add-ons. Exclusive news revealed earlier today. Then quick resolution between clubs and green light from Palmer. Medical tests to be booked soon. That is Palmer. And we are confirmed yesterday that Cole Palmer has a completed medical test as new Chelsea player, confirmed, documents being signed between the two clubs, and now up to the player side, then official statement. Exclusive story confirmed. That is it. So people would say that Cole Palmer would have been that deal's gonna hate to block this. No, it wouldn't block any deal of the swap of Callum Mudryk to Arsenal and Emre Smith-Rowe to Chelsea, because that was a deal that Chelsea never wanted to spend a single penny on. So they've gone ahead to agree this deal, and they've seen themselves do a deal of Cole Palmer, and Palmer is now a Red. And Emre Smith-Rowe stays at Arsenal. Arteta still has a lot of huge belief into this player of a caliber of Emre Smith-Rowe, as he gave him the shirt number 10, and he knows that he has the capabilities to erupt. Now, yesterday, it was officially announced that this guy, Balogun, has gone ahead to leave Arsenal officially, and it's official, confirmed. Balogun has joined AS Monaco on a deal in excess of 40 million euros package. 30 million euros plus significant add-ons on structure. Arsenal will have sell-on clause. It was also crucial. It was always crucial points in negotiations. It will be less. It will be a bit less than 20%, obviously. So Balogun was one of those players that Chelsea wanted before they went in for Cole Palmer, and they thought that at like £50 million they could get the player. But surprisingly, when they went there at Arsenal told them we want £70 million, and they priced them out of the move for Monaco for Balogun, and that's why they went in for Cole Palmer, because they still had that amount of money to obviously spend, like £50 million. So that is Balogun donned into that jersey of Monaco, and is obviously going to play in the French Ligue 1 in one of the elite teams that has seen itself obviously thrive in different aspects of life. We've seen players being brought in through by Paul Mitchell, and I think this is another huge recruitment by Arsenal, and it's obviously going to hit the ground running for me, because he is used to the French League 1, and Arsenal is going to fetch their money back. They might get close to £20 million from the sale of this player. I really have a belief that if he shines this season, he might not even play in the League 1 next season. He might either move to Real Madrid. Teams like Napoli might come in for him. PSG might even go in for him, because he's one of those players that he just needs to prove himself. That last season I scored 21 goals and 3 assists for Steady Rennes, a team that was in the middle of the table. Now I'm coming in a team that obviously plays in the first half in the top of the table, and I'm going to obviously deliver. So that's what he has to do. That is Balogun, and it's good that Arsenal is going to have to get in some money to balance up its books, and that is something great, meaning that even though Arsenal don't go in for players towards the end of the transfer window, but they are really ready and charged for the January transfer window, and they're going to make some huge signings. Because if Thomas Partey goes to play for Ghana, which other African player plays for Arsenal? There are 2 players, African players. El Nini. Who else? So Arsenal will be needing, obviously, to get in another midfielder in the due course of the absentia of Thomas Partey. Now, that is it coming in from Balogun, and let's close it up with a here we go. Just sounded in the morning today by Fabrizio Romano is Callum Hudson-Odoi to Nottingham Forest. Here we go. Deal finally sealed with Chelsea after verbal agreement revealed 2 days ago. Medical test booked early this morning. Then Chelsea will sign in. Then Callum Hudson-Odoi will sign in and is a player for Nottingham Forest. He's the kind of player that was really talented. He was part of the team that won the World Cup, the Under-17 World Cup for the England national team, and he was at Chelsea. And by the way, Bayern once made a bid of 70 million euros for this player, and Chelsea said no because he was one of the prospects that people thought he was going to obviously make it, but he never at any one point made it, and he is really one of those players that you're going to come out and say maybe he was a flop. But I want to let you know that to me, he's not yet a flop. He still has time to revive his career. When you look at Marco Silva, he has done it to players like Andreas Pereira, and I believe if there is a player who has had a very bad or disastrous career, it has been Andreas Pereira. But when Marco Silva brought him at Fulham, he polished him, polished the turd, though people say you cannot polish a turd. Polish the turd, and look at him. He's one of the best central midfielders in the Premier League. Look at Willian. After leaving Chelsea, he came in at Arsenal. He had a very bad season. After having a very bad season, he went to the Brazilian league, and that's where his contract really ended. And Marco Silva told him, come here and obviously play for our side. If you are to talk about the best players for Fulham last season, Willian is among. So he has the potential to obviously show to us that he can obviously make these players better and make them good and good and good. So I believe this player has gone in the right hands, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and that shows you that maybe Willian might be leaving the team of Tottenham Hotspur. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Smash the like button, comment and share. Tell me your thoughts about Arteta blocking Callum Mudryk's transfer to Arsenal as he wants to keep Emile Smith-Rowe. Don't know what you are making about that choice that Arteta went ahead to make. Then, what are your thoughts about Callum Hudson-Odoi to Fulham and Balogun? 20%, a bit less than 20% sell on close to Monaco. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Juma Karim.